Hello, 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 and welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I am your girl Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm going to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Purr. And I am just drinking on a little water here because hydration is important. And yes, Jack, it is nice and fresh and cold. Straight out the refrigerator, not the one that's been sitting on my desk for 3 days. Mm-mm-mm. But I also have my cup mugs. That's the most important thing. That is the most important thing about. We have a panel full of cup mugs, a panel full of cup mugs. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I get carried away. When you can get your cup mug or any of our beautiful cup merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically here in the United States, Canada, and Mexico, so there are no excuses. Get your cup merch. Period.
Hello, my name is Jack. I am the resident game designer of the panel, and yeah, no, I don't have a bit this time. This episode was just fun, nice and easy.
Nice and fast forward.
Fast
Oh,
forward.
ugh, right there.
See what I did there? Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be you, Brandon. You're on.
Well, what are you drinking, Jack?
Oh,
Oh, yeah, no, I just have some. Oh God, is it orange and clove tea? I genuinely don't know.
you have tea. You
I
Tea?
have tea,
you
and it
still-
is lukewarm.
Oh God, no.
Oh no.
Sad. Gross.
It happens. It happens. Anyways, I am Brandon, your professional fangirl of Concert Dragon video games. As always, water out of my Stanley, and yes, I'm still enjoying my lead. Though it's kind of empty right now, so very little bit left. So
Burke.
Well, hello guys, it's your boy KaMorian, aka Sparkling Alien, and I am drinking some nice, ice cold soda with a bit cola. And I'm so excited for today's episode. We are in Dubai, and I would love to go see the Wiz Khalifa Tower. You're gonna take me there. I mean, I didn't know there was a Wiz Khalifa in Dubai, but clearly there is a Wiz Khalifa. I don't know. You tell me.
Oh, I mean, oh, Brick. Oh, Mark. Mark. You're just so pretty. You're just so pretty.
literally,
Lana.
He's so pretty. He's so pretty. Oh, love him. But we are here talking about The Amazing Race, episode 6. And just like Jack said, it was a fun episode. It was just fun. It was just good. And I had a great time watching it. I enjoyed it. And then I was sad. But we'll talk about all of that. But before we jump into it, y'all know what to do. We are here on a mission here at the Cup TV to get 1,000 new subscribers. And across the channel, we are trying to get 1,000 new subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel or any of our other channels, first of all, why haven't you done it? If this is your first time checking this out, hello, welcome. We appreciate you. Hit the button while you're here. We appreciate you so very much. We're trying to get 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year so we can unlock a lot of fun new things that we can do once we hit that 1,000 subscribers. So help us out, get us there. We appreciate you very, very much. Also, all of our other links to all of our channels are in the description below under our link tree. So click that, get all the links, subscribe to all the channels, and thanks. Also, if you need to listen to us on the go, we do have our audio podcast channels. That link is also in the description below. Click it, listen to us if you're on your way to school, to church, to work, on a date, and if you're doing your workout, whatever you finna do, let us be the ones that entertain you. Thank you. We appreciate that. Our Patreon is down there as well, if you want to know. We do behind the scenes when we're not talking about Amazing Race or Drag Race or any other race, whatever race. Okay, wrong channel. But see, nobody laughed at my joke. Oh, I feel bad. Uh,
I did. I was muted though.
oh, okay. So I'm about to say nobody laughed at my joke, but no. But check us out on our Patreon so you can get all the behind the scenes things, early access, and exclusive content to all the this channel and all of our other channels. So do all of that. Thank you very much. Now let's get to episode 6 because this was fun. This was very fun. And if y'all see me looking off to the sides, because that's what my notes are, don't think I'm just not paying attention. Thank you. Um, we see everybody is at the from the Taku art stage at Nasa Dua Beach. They still in Indonesia, but they're about to head over to Dubai. So Brett and Mark leaves first at 3:55 a.m. And once I saw them leaving at 3:55 a.m., I was like, oh, everybody getting on the same plane. Everybody is getting on the
Mhm.
same plane. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I said equalizer at the airport. That's fine. I'm okay with that. But they leave first with behind them is Carson and Jack, and they leave at 4:04 a.m. with Alyssa and Josiah behind them at 4:09 a.m. Now, okay. I need to know if I'm the only one that was like, why didn't everybody go to the travel agent? Did everybody not go to the travel agent? Or did they just not show everybody going to the travel agent? Because
I
we only saw
probably,
Brett.
I, I
I
I
feel they
think they
probably,
probably all went to the travel agent and
yeah.
realized, oh, there's one flight.
That
And didn't
everybody's
need
gonna
to
get
just
on.
watch the same 8 teams book the same flight in the same scene over and over 8 times in a row.
Okay.
Well, also, it did note this that Jack and Carson got their tickets at the ticket counter. They didn't
Yes.
actually go to the
Oh.
travel
Yes.
agency.
They
Mhm.
didn't. That's
Mm.
why I was like, I don't think they went to the travel agent. We saw Brett and Martin go to the travel agent, but nobody else, everybody else went and got theirs from the ticket counter because they were like, oh, the ticket counter doesn't open till 8
7:20
or
instead.
7:20 or something like that. So I was like, oh, so did they not have to? But I guess with
Mm.
Brett and Mark leaving so early, they had time to stop it. I don't know. Whatever. But after Alyssa and Josiah, we saw Pops and Jeff leave at 4:19. A nice little gap between Han and Holden leaving at 4:40. And Erica left at 5:08. Nick and Mike left at 5:10. And Jonathan and Anna left at 5:29. But it didn't matter because all of them were going to get on this one flight going to Dubai at 8. I think it was like 8 o'clock or something. They all got there. The flight
Yeah.
was. I think the flight
Something
was at.
around there. No
So,
matter what, they're all on the same flight. And we have equalized for some reason 3 legs in a row. And not even like once per leg either. We've equalized like 2
twice.
different times
Yep.
in nearly each of the last 3 legs, which interesting.
Yep. They have to go to Dubai and then they have to make their way to the Platinum Heritage Desert Gate. And once they get to the gate, they will select the time where they will be released for the next morning. So they get to the gate, and it's either 5:10 or 5:20 on these teacups. And so the first four teams get the 5:10, and then the next four teams get the 5:20. And it's Carson and Jack, it's Han and Holden, it's Alyssa and Josiah, and it's Jonathan and Anna. They are the
Mhm.
first people who get the 5:10. And then everybody else come in quickly after and they get 5:20. And then they have this whole party set up and like nice sleeping area arrangement for them. They got music and coffee, and everybody like, well, we getting coffee at this late at night. I'm like, wait, what time did they get there? It was a 4,000-mile flight, so it had to be a long flight from Indonesia to Dubai, which I'm sure it probably was.
Cause like, yeah.
So they got there late because by the time they got to the gate, it was nighttime and they were going to bed. So they spent, I'm a guess, that was probably like a 14-hour flight. That's my guess. I'm not sure. Could be wrong. Jack is probably looking it up, so he'll tell me if I'm right or if I'm
I want
wrong.
to guess it's about like a 10-hour flight. That's what I'm predicting.
Okay, you're guessing 10. Kamari, what do you guess?
Maybe like 10 to 12 hours. I think between that time
Okay,
frame.
okay. We'll see who's right. Jack.
I do have to double. I mean, I didn't specifically check Bali to Dubai, so I'm gonna double check that I have the exact right thing, and I have to check that I'm a human. But it looks to be right around 5 to 6 hours.
Oh, okay.
Wait. So what time was their flight that they left on? Because that unless they
I
went to bed
mean,
at
they
7 o'clock
would
at
be
night.
traveling
Through time zone.
backwards.
That's true.
Um,
Okay.
let me check one other thing. Yeah, I mean, it looks to be right no out. So, you know when you said you would travel backwards through time zones?
Mhm.
It is a 9-hour flight. I just
Yeah.
read it as you jump forward 5 hours. So they basically just gave them a rest day.
Okay.
Like,
Okay. Hmm.
I
That
mean,
makes
Yeah.
sense.
actually, yeah, they would have landed at like 1 p.m. At the time in Dubai, and then I don't know from there. Like, it doesn't make sense logically unless they just hung out the whole day in the airport.
I
I don't
mean,
That's
they
know.
was
probably what it is then, because they got there like at night, like at dead at night in Dubai.
right, and they were sitting in there in the airport, like eating at the food court, and so they were sitting around for a while
A
because we
while, yeah.
because we did have a interesting moment when they were at the airport between Anna and Jonathan and Carson and Jack because Anna and Jonathan felt a little hurt that Jack and Carson sent them the U-turn when it's like we didn't say we were an alliance, but we kind of been helping each other out, and they kind of felt like it was kind of a little gross of them to, double U-turn them and put them in that predicament in the last leg, and so um
Hmm.
they had a yeah, Jonathan. This is the crazy part. Jonathan was kind of like, "It's fine. It's whatever. It's cool. We're good." Lana was like, I just feel a little, I don't know. It was like, I feel a little, like I want to. And then, like, I mean, it's okay. We get it. We understand. You can feel this way. And she's like, just give us some time. Just give. I was like, oh, a little shocked.
Interesting.
I mean, I
So,
understand. Yeah, I mean, I understand. I understand. I mean, Anna's reaction is valid. I just think personally, I mean, I don't bring Carson. Like at the end of the day, it was like it was going to be me or you, and they. Like, I might as well go with the group instead of putting a target on our backs. Like, also think about it. They're also kind of been killing it pretty much the whole time so far. It's kind of like you know what? I'd rather not. You know, let's be smart here. So we just pick you. It's like it's no offense, and it's a game. We're here to win $1 million. And the day and they I here to win. So in the day, so no hard feelings. But I'm kind of surprised Jonathan was quiet. I don't know, maybe just being exhausted all day from that leg. He made sound like a whole like a reality check when he was sleeping at night. I don't know, something happened. 'Cause he was
I
actually
know.
on his best behavior this episode. I was surprised.
I think he kind of, him and Anna had a swap moment for a minute. And they were like, she was the one who was a little, and he was kind of like, chill. But I don't know. I think after all that, you kind of just gotta let it go. After
Yeah.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Again, something happened, but I think either it was for the TV or, again, who
Right.
knows?
Right. So
Mhm.
we after they get their party and we get some dad jokes from Josiah, which was kind of wild. I laughed. I laughed at his little joke. I did. I thought it was kind of cute. They go to bed, they wake up the next day and they're on camels. The first four teams are on these camels in the desert, which is so cool. I don't like animals. I'm not a huge big animal person. Like, oh, I want to go out there and ride on animal. But if I could get on a camel, I would probably be like, this is the coolest thing. Like I would ride it and I'll be scared for a minute, but I'm like, it's okay. It's just a camel. It's cool. And to be out in that big old desert and all you see is desert. And you just Oh, I think that was such a cool moment. This is why I love The Amazing Race because it shows things that like I probably would never get to do in my life, but it's just so exciting. It's so nice to see like, look, it's a whole big world out there, not just my own little backyard and my own little city and town. It's a whole world out there. I would never see a desert like that if I don't leave this country. But it's beautiful. It was beautiful seeing them all on there. I thought that was so nice.
Hmm. And the fact that they've gone to the United Arab Emirates so many times, there's
Yes.
something different every single time they do it.
Hmm.
So I'm just like, because one of the last times I remember vividly, it was the influencer season
Hmm.
where they got to bungee jump, and I was
Hmm.
like, oh.
Mm.
And then this time, kind of leading in a way that they're about to go skydiving. So it's just like, oh, okay. And we saw that in the preview on the sneak peek. I was like, oh, okay.
I
So
would
we
have
didn't
loved
know.
that.
Mm-hmm. No, but seeing those camels, I was like, oh wow, because even one of the camels was kind of like slanted like over, and you can tell. I think it was Brett and Mark that rode on one of those camels. It was like they can tell how slanted they were. I was like,
Mhm. Yeah, it was freaking me out. But yes, they are going to find the next clue, and then they find out they're going skydiving. Now I want to know from the three of y'all who's going skydiving, who's volunteering to jump out the plane, who's ready to drop into Dubai. Which one of y'all going skydiving?
You know, when it comes to, I feel like I think skydive was like at least like I think like a once in a lifetime chance. I think you should at least try your life just skydive. I think I'm scared. Like I want to be like on a plane one time. So I'm scared like being in the air. So, but still, I was like, it's like I'd rather just try it. You never know when you try or do something. So I think thinking about it, like it's a fun like experience, and then like just seeing them have so much fun. Also, like just jumping out and seeing just the beauty of Dubai, like how amazing it is. Like how would you not? Like I would gladly like skydive out of a plane in Dubai. Like look at like just seeing how beautiful like Dubai was, just like in the
Hmm.
air. It's like wow, amazing.
Jack, you skydiving?
I think this would be a strategic decision because this, I think, is potentially this roadblock in general is just a roadblock where you're deciding who do we need to do a roadblock right now? Because the roadblock itself, there is almost no way to screw this up. It is a set time frame. So it's honestly me looking at my partner and going, who doesn't want to risk it? Like, who's lower on the totem pole? I'd love to do it, but it'd be a decision in the moment of like, what else could we come across today that could like provide an issue where
Okay.
if one of us wants to do it?
Okay, Jack, I need you to get out of being Game Boy and I need you to go into just Jack mode. I need you to stop being
Yes, the answer is yes.
absolutely
No,
because I
I'll throw
like.
myself out of a plane. Next question.
All right, Brandon, are you skydiving?
oh, I would definitely skydive.
Okay, cool. I absolutely will be skydiving. I'm like, throw me out of the, get me on this plane right now. I would love to do a tandem skydive. Like that's the only way I'm doing it. Somebody got to be who know what they're doing, got to be strapped to my back, and then let's go. I'm not doing it by myself. But yes, I would 100%. But getting back into game mode, like Jack, if I am the person who is the least likely to do the physical roadblocks, absolutely give me this one.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely give me this one. I'm jumping out the plane. Let's go. But if my partner is that and they need me to be ready for whatever comes up next or the next leg that might be more physical and we're already down, the balance and the roadblocks aren't there, then okay, yeah. I will bite my tongue and let my partner do it, but I'll be crying the whole time, like, I want to do it. I would want to do it so badly. Like you said, KaMorian, we're skydiving out of a plane in Dubai, looking at
Mm-hmm.
the beaches and the entire city from a vantage point most people will never get to see it. Like, come on now. Absolutely, I would do it. And I will be screaming the whole time, but loving every second of it. Oh, But we do see the people who do get to be the lucky ones to skydive. We see Alyssa is going to skydive. Brett is going to skydive. Jack is skydiving. Holden, Anna, Melinda, Nick, and Pops. They all get to skydive. And I was like, first of all, shout out to Melinda and Pops being the oldest two people on the
Uh-huh.
in the race, and they were the ones to do the skydiving. I was like, yes, yes, yes. I would have loved that. I love that to see them. I love to see them do it. But the first group, like we said earlier, they get out first. So they get to skydive first. We see Jack. Was it? Yeah, Jack comes down first, followed by uh I think it was Holden,
Yeah, Holden.
and then it was Alyssa, and then it was Brett.
Nope.
No,
Nope.
then it was Anna. Then it was Anna.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Anna.
yeah. And then we saw Brett, Melinda, Nick, and Pops. And they all come down next, which was that was just a fun. My favorite part, and it got me all sentimental and mushy, was seeing how Josiah was just like he could barely contain
Oh.
himself for Alyssa. He was just like, I just want her to be down. He was so anxious, but he's like, I know she's having a great time, but I worry about things like this. I worry for her more than I worry about myself. And I was like, that's how you know you in love. That's how you know that is the person you're supposed to be with. When you are more concerned about their well being than your own,
Mm-hmm.
they go be all right. They go be all right. He loves him some her. And after she got down from that skydiver, she realized how much she loves her some him. She was just like, she in the sky shouting him out like, "This is the best! Thank you, baby, for letting me do this." I'm like, "Oh no!" I didn't have that connection with them until this episode. I was like, and there it is. That's
Mhm.
what. There it is. I am now invested in Alyssa and Josiah, and it happens every season from the Amazing Race. Each team eventually gets me to a point and goes, "Okay, I love them. I like them. I don't want them to go." And I do. I like them. I'm at the point now with these teams, every elimination hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Every
Yeah.
elimination hurts.
As we saw from last week.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. And this week. Oh.
Mm.
But yeah, so the skydiving happens. They all get their things. And this is where we find out that there is a fast forward coming up. And huh, I wanted Han and Holden to get this so
Oh,
badly.
It
Y'all.
was so close between
So
those
Oh,
two.
genuinely really close. I
oh,
mean,
they just Han and Holden were first out. They should have had it, but they went the wrong
Mhm.
way, looking for the orange luxury car. Which, first of all, hello Dubai, hello. We getting Amazing Race. We're giving them a luxury car to take them to the fast food. Hello, okay. And the driver was fine too, by the way.
I mean, him driving that Audi, I was just like, okay.
Hey.
Hey, right. I was like, hello, sir. Is this your car or are you borrowing it? It doesn't matter. You look good in it. It doesn't matter. You look good in it because, you look good. But so Han and Holden come out and go the other way, and Jack and Carson comes out and goes right to the luxury car. So they get they're gonna go for the fast forward first, which I was like, okay. Um, they had they were gonna go scuba diving. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting I made banners for all of this stuff. Um, but yeah, they win the fast. They get to go to the fast forward to try to get the fast forward. It was, and spoiler alert, they won. They won it because really they weren't going to find it, but they went to this beautiful like scuba diving facility, which is a like a city underneath this pool or this tank or whatever you want to call it. I was like, what the heck is this? It was layers on layers of rooms and different places that they can swim to. They could have spent hours in there, and I would have wanted to. Like, I
Yeah.
know I know it's a race, and I know we gotta hurry up and get to where we go. But I would have like, give me like 15 like after we find it, like, oh, we got it. Let's just swim around for about 50. We got to fast forward. They're not coming. We gonna win. But let's just go swim around a little bit more. But no, it was beautiful.
It was. It really was. I just know I wouldn't be able to do it because I can't swim. So it'd be like, dang. So even the other thing, I would not do it because I can't swim.
Okay, let me go. PSA to you, KaMorian. Don't go on Amazing Race if you don't know how to swim. Let's get to learning how to swim before we go on Amazing Race. That is just like going on Survivor and we can't swim or we can't drive a stick on Amazing Race. Don't go on Survivor if not, not Survivor, the Amazing Race. If you cannot swim or you don't know how, one of y'all don't know how to drive a stick.
Mhm.
And you can't read a map. Like, learn to read a map, learn to drive a stick, and learn to swim before you go on Amazing Race. That's all I'm saying.
Mhm. So
PSA to you and to everybody else watching, please and
I'd
thank
be
you.
like Laura in the water. I'm in the water. I'm just in the water.
See,
Yeah.
you would have pissed me off if I was you. We were partners, and we get to this tank. You be like, "Oh, I can't do it. We can't swim." Now we done wasted this whole time going to this fast forward. You getting in this water? Hold on to my leg or something. We getting in this water, and we scuba diving. God dog it.
Okay, at least it wasn't the fast forward where you had to shave your head and Rachel had a meltdown for not wanting to cut her hair.
Baby, I would have cut my hair so fast. I would have cut my hair so fast. Shave it off.
This is like a considerably easy one.
Mhm.
As long
Yeah.
as you can swim and are okay using us.
Yeah, you're getting
I
scuba
snorkel?
trained there.
Scuba
You're literally getting scuba trained
nozzle.
there.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, so fun fact about this deep dive facility. It's a 200 feet pool.
That's
Wow.
wild. That's wild. Oh, I would have loved that.
Yeah,
I would have loved that.
and this pool had 3,700,000 gallons, and it's fresh water.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, fresh water. I was like,
Fresh water.
I was like, how long did it maintain? How long were they able to maintain all that?
I wonder if they have I'm sure they have a system where it regulates the water. And,
Mind you, like again, I work in aquatics, so like I know how pool operations work, but I don't know how like freshwater operation works.
Right.
It just sounds like a nightmare. Like they gotta like drain it every once in a while. And like, I think the number they gave was like 300 million gallons or something similar.
No, 3,700,000. Like I just looked it up. So
that's crazy. That's a lot of water. That's a lot of water.
And mind you, the pool that I operate is 500,000 gallons.
So. Oh wow, wow. So all the other teams who didn't go for the fast forward had to go to the Atlantis the Royale to get their next clue, and they at the Atlantis the team they had to add garnishes to an afternoon tea platter. And then they had to deliver it to the chef, which again, by the way, was wrong. He said, "Oh, Chef Pierre, oh,
Hey.
could you cook for me? I liked that." His eyes were gorgeous. Anyway, okay, enough of that. But yeah, they had to garnish this plate, and it had to be very precise, very exact. Very attention to detail. And yeah, I would have been fine doing this challenge, but I would have definitely did the take it slow, make sure everything is right kind of method instead of rushing through it.
No, yeah, if I were doing this, I'd be very particular. Like I would place like things like right at the spot that I would have to. Like, I mean, we saw them do it. Like they still took their time. but at the
Uh-huh.
same time they were like still like putting stuff down because like especially the one with the flowers, I was like,
Yes.
oh
Mhm.
Oh, this was so much precision work. I cannot even
Yeah.
imagine how long it took.
It was a
Mm-mm.
lot to just look at, and then like it's the small things like the gold leaves. And you had to pull the leaves, you had to put it here, then you had to zest the lemon, then you had to put the flowers on each different, and then the different caviars on. It
Yeah.
was it was a lot. It was a lot
Oh.
that they had to do.
Mhm.
But a lot of teams did really well. They're very much into the details of
Mhm.
everything, and they did really well.
Mhm.
And everybody did really well until we got down to Pops and Jeff, who they did it well, but then they got to show it off to the chef, and Jeff just
Knocked it
hands
off.
just knocks the whole top layer
I
of
was like,
cream off of. I was like,
dang.
God, dog it.
I was like,
And
no.
in
No.
that moment, you're like,
Cause they was gonna
no.
clear. They was gonna actually like clear. They was gonna keep going. It was like, dang. He's like, just
I
like,
mean, they already had, he had said they had to fix it, and then he didn't put the flowers on the cupcake, so they would have had to go back and fix that anyway. And so I liked how they handled this because
mhm,
Jeff was like, "This was on me." Okay, they brought him another cake. He was like, "Okay, you fix this cake. I'm gonna go see what we missing." And then he goes back to the example and sees, "Okay, we don't have the flowers. So once we fix that, we put the flowers on. We done." Right next to them was Nick and Mike, who was taking we've got to be very precise, we got to be very on, because last time we rushed through, we knocked over our whole fruit tray and we had to start over. And we don't want to do that again. So,
Even though it wasn't their fault.
no, it wasn't, but because it was not their fault, the lady just dropped it. I'm like, well, that shouldn't be their fault. But anyway, so they were very precise. They were taking their time, and it was literally coming down to Nick and Jeff. I mean, Nick and Mike and Pops and Jeff. They were the last two teams there, and so Nick and Mike finished theirs, and they get their clue. Jeff and Pops finished theirs right after there, and they get their clue. Now we see they then have to go after everybody's leaving. They have to go to the second roadblock. And I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot when fast forwards on play. We usually do two roadblocks. But I'm like,
Yeah,
what happened to the detours though? It could have just been a detour. Like,
I feel like this tea time was originally one side of a detour because it
uh-huh.
makes complete sense.
Yep.
And then something went wrong with the e-foils. Maybe they didn't have enough or something similar. So where they turned that suddenly into a roadblock because they could only have one member of a team do it. It had to have been something like that in order for it to make sense.
Yeah, so I think my thing is because like and I've seen this in a couple of Dubai like races as well, like in the past. I remember the one specifically if in season 15 when they just had to go down a water slide. That was just a route info.
Yes.
So now with this instance where they were decorating the cakes, like all that, another route info because again they knew that it would take a while. So it's possible that that could have been a detour.
Detour.
And then the other detour, either something fell through during production, or while they were like doing like something like on that, they were just like, okay, let's not do this because they saw in the other two legs where everyone else was just doing just one detour.
Right.
So I was just like, okay, we can do that.
But
Now
we see it.
here's the tricky thing too. Since this is a second roadblock, we didn't know if the other person who skydived, the other
Right.
person had to do
Mm.
this.
no.
So was it implied or was it they just wanted to?
It seemed to have been
I
implied, but also Nick did both detours.
Yeah.
Nick did
Yeah.
both roadblocks, and also there was someone who didn't. There was a team that didn't have to do either of these, like
Mhm.
figure
Right.
it out between them, and it was Jack
Mhm.
and Carson who were off at the fast forward. So I
Yeah.
don't know.
Mhm.
All right. I guess they just didn't. They never said anything. Like they didn't say
Mhm.
it wasn't indicated that you have to do it. But we did see the people do the roadblocks, and Josiah did it for Alyssa. Josiah and Mark did it. Han did it, Jonathan did it, Erica, Nick, and Jeff all did it.
Mhm.
Um, and pretty much we saw when they got to the first of all, those e-foils are cool. I would have liked to try, but I probably wouldn't want to do this particular roadblock
Mhm.
because I'm like, I would struggle with it. I would love to try it when I have all the time in the world to try it,
Mhm. Yeah.
but
Hmm.
not when we're in a race for $1 million. No,
Yeah.
let
Yeah.
somebody else do that. But
Yeah, this has to be an excursion for like regular people to do. I was just like,
100.
yeah,
Mhm.
and I
absolutely.
was like, I'm
Like
Mhm.
thinking to myself, I want to do this, but
I would love it.
as a
The
Yeah.
roadblock, I'm not sure because like yes, I have like okay balance, but this I would know I would not have good balance.
Yeah, I would
It's so
fall.
much.
I would fall so much. It would be the worst thing ever. Trying to get up on my knees and stand. Oh, yeah, no, nothing here. But it looks cool. So we do see the first few teams who got there going, they practicing and going through. And it's like, okay, Chad was nice. And no, why do I remember Chad from out of all of the people? I don't know, but I remember Chad. Chad was cool. Chad's like, what's your name? Oh, okay, I'm Chad. Cool. Uh, so they out there and they tell them how to do it. We see Jonathan and Josiah, and they're practicing. They getting it. They it's working a little bit, but they still wobbly falling. Man, Han grab that board, get out in that water, and she like, let's try it. Okay, let's. What I gotta do? I gotta do this. Gotta do. Okay, I'm ready to go,
Mhm.
baby. Han is incredible. She is incredible on the surfboard. Like, don't mess with Han on no surfboard.
Mhm.
Surfboard. Because she ate. She ate. She got up there, she tried it. It was like done. She looked good doing it.
Mhm.
It looked effortless for her. I
Yeah.
enjoyed watching her and I enjoyed seeing Jonathan and Josiah and everybody else like, oh
Oh, and
my
she's
God.
done.
No, cause it
And
was
she
like, yeah, it was like everybody was gagged. I was like,
gagged.
I like about it is like sometimes you don't all have to share your skills. Sometimes you gotta
Hmm.
gag them when it's
You
right,
do.
and
You gotta gag the girlies.
Hey,
and she gagged
and
them.
she surfed before too, so it was
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it
she
was kind of like it
literally
was
surfed last leg.
that
We
was
seen her skills in action, but she like, one time isn't enough. Let me show you again how bad I
yeah,
am.
She surfed last
Oh,
leg when that wasn't even the
it was
requirement.
she didn't even
right.
have to serve. She didn't even have to serve. She said, let me find my match. Oh, okay, here you are. Come on, let's go. Oh, a wave is coming. I was like, girl, you showing out for no reason at all. And now here we go again, where it is the task for her to serve. And she like, didn't I already show y'all? Oh, let me show y'all who I am. Con is my name. Surfing is my game. Ba, 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 ba. And she ate. She ate, and I'm here for the eatage.
Hmm. She
I'm here for
literally
the
did.
Mhm.
slayage. I'm here for that. I was like,
Hmm.
Con is my girl. By the way, Jack and Carson has already made it to the finish line at this point because they got. I know. I'm like they didn't made it there. They didn't made it there.
Yeah.
They got their luxury car after they scuba dived and then drove them right to the pit stop. I'm just like,
I mean, I genuinely fail to think of a time where like it's very very rare where a team that takes the fast forward doesn't just immediately win the leg because of course it's called the fast forward. That's the point.
yeah, I
And the
don't think
team
I've ever
normally
seen
taking it's
that.
already in front anyway.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think I've
Mhm.
ever seen a person win a fast forward and not get first place. Like that's, but I think
I,
it
I,
has
I,
happened once.
I know. I do remember. Again, same season with Brendan and Rachel with Bopper and Mark. Because
Hmm.
they were the
Yes.
last team. They still took the fast forward and still unfortunately got last place.
Mm.
Because it was their only shot forward. I
Yeah.
mean, the only other time within any sort of recency in the US is season 29 with Becca and Floyd, and they got third. So, like,
Oh,
still, you're
Oh,
still gonna
I
get
do
a really.
remember that.
I do remember that
Mm.
too. Yeah, winning the fast forward. Yeah, I guess winning the fast forward doesn't always mean you'll get first place, but They got a
But
luxury car
yeah,
ride all the way to the pit stop.
Hmm. And I somewhat feel bad for Jack and Carson in a way because they weren't able to do the like other challenges, especially the one where they were going to surf. But
mhm,
again, for the better, obviously, because like again, Jack kind of struggled with the surfing one last time.
yeah,
Hmm. Yeah. But so we do see all of them get to do it. Han, like I said, ate it up. Slayage, like, was nothing they could do to stop her. Uh, Josiah was struggling for a minute. He got a little down on himself.
mhm,
He was struggling a little bit, but he eventually got it,
mhm.
hit it, moved on. We saw Jonathan finally get it. It took, well, no, because somebody came and passed him. Um, I
It
think
was
it was
Brad. It was no, it was
Brett.
Mark.
It was
Mark.
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 Yeah, Mark
Mark.
eventually passed him, even though he struggled a little bit too.
Yeah,
Mark
Mario was
was
struggling
he
too.
was struggling a little bit. He kept falling, and it's the balancing, but he got it. You know who else kind of ate this up? Her name is Erica.
Oh yeah,
Her
yeah.
name
I
is
mean, of course,
Erica.
Erica was gonna eat it
Yes.
up. Of
Oh
course,
yeah,
Erica
no,
gonna
Erica
eat.
basically just did it without question.
She just
Her
did
name.
it.
She was like, she got a couple of hitting the throttle too hard and was, oh, okay, okay, oh, let me figure it out. Oh, okay, I got it. And then she's like, all right,
Mhm.
let's try it.
Yeah.
Ooh, and baby T ate, not be throwing my phone around, not that. I
Again,
mean,
my two
she
favorite people from this leg were Han and Erica. So
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
Mr. Jeff with them shoes. Oh my God, the
oh
shoes.
no.
Oh, the
He went into
The
the water with
shoes.
those
shoes.
shoes
The
on.
shoes, baby.
The shoes.
The shoes. I said, Jeff. I know he said he don't swim. I know he said he would prefer being in the gym other than the swimming pool. But my dude, who you see swimming in shoes that ain't water shoes? You swimming in gym tennis shoes, like straight up Timberland boots almost. My God.
But he
What are
somehow
you?
still ate with the shoes on. Like he actually did the
He ain't with the shoes. And look, honestly, the shoes probably helped his balance and the
They probably
traction.
did.
He
They
probably
probably help
did.
with the traction because it's like,
I was
okay,
afraid it was gonna be more slippery, if I'll be honest.
Yeah, 'cause it's the
I
water,
thought
you
it was
know.
going to be so heavy with all the water soaking in his feet, and he had on shoes and socks. I'm
Yeah, I
like,
was gonna say he had socks on
dude.
too. So,
Oh
but
my
he
God.
did well. He did
He
well.
killed it.
So
He
It only
killed
took him
it.
it only took him like what, 2 times to attempt it?
Yes, I think
yeah,
it's
only
second,
two.
third time.
So
Yeah, yeah,
And
he
I was
did.
like, okay, he did kind of, and he beat Nick right out the thing. He beat Nick, so I was like, okay. So we see everybody leaving.
Mm-hmm.
We get to, like I said, Jack and Carson goes in first. Han and Holden comes in second because Han ate and slayed. Then we see Josiah. Oh my God. My phone is hating on me today. We see, okay, that's the word.
Angle. Oh.
Right, angles. Okay. We see Josiah and Alyssa, they get third. Brett and Mark get fourth. Jonathan and Anna gets fifth. Melinda and Erica get sixth. And here's where the drama happens, everybody. This is
Mm-hmm.
where the drama happens because, like I said, we see Nick and Mike and Jeff and Pops. Jeff leaves the roadblock first. They go and they have to go to get in their taxi, head to the metro station to get on this train to go to the museum of the future. And Jeff and Pop gets to the metro train station first. They get their tickets. They cannot run. That is what the rules say. You cannot run in either of these buildings. You can't run in the train station. You can't run in the museum of the future. You cannot run. And so but they power walking and they fast walking all the way to the train and they get up to the train platform and there's a train on the platform and Pops is like, come on, this is the train. And Jeff is like, you sure this is one? It says four. And Pops is like, where's four? What do you see four? And so they were like, this is the train. And so as soon as they want to get on the train, the doors close. And
Oh,
I was like, Jeff, no, you should have just got on the train.
And
But
he
I
almost lost his
understand.
arm.
He almost lost his arm on that thing. So I was like, this number one. I'm like, you can't ask on a train with the doors. Oh, gosh. If they would have just got on the
Yes.
train. So
Mm.
now they have to wait 4 minutes for the next train. And Nick and Mike are right behind them. So now it turns into what is a foot race.
Oh God.
And they are both on the same train.
Mm.
Oh,
uh-huh.
it's oh my God, it's ridiculous. And so what again, you can't run in these stations. And I don't know about nobody else, but I saw Nick doing a slow jog in that station. It looked like he was
I
jogging
saw
to
that
me.
too. I saw
I
that
was like,
Mhm.
I
too.
thought we can't run. Should he get a penalty for
Mhm.
this? Because you were running clearly when everybody else was doing a fast walk. He was clearly running. But okay, whatever.
Mm.
But they get out the the museum, they run across the street, and Nick and Maya gets there first.
Oh,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
was just
Oh,
Ah.
no, I was like,
Nick.
ah,
Oh, every Anna and Jonathan and uh
Melinda and Erica.
Melinda and
yes,
Erica are still on the mat. I was just like, oh no.
ah,
My
That
eye
close.
can't this so my eye candy is gone. I don't know what to do now. I don't know what to do without
mm,
my pops and Jeff. I got disappointed twice in the same episode. First, when I found out that Jeff was married and was with his high school sweetheart for since they were 17, I was like, oh well, okay. That's disappointing. But sweet for you. Love that for y'all. Love that for y'all. I hope you're happy. Then they get eliminated. But I was like, oh,
dang,
dang.
It was a rough week for CBS.
it really
Just
was.
a really rough, even a rough 3 hours.
It
Like,
was a rough 3 hours. Look, black folks, we did not have a good night Wednesday. I'm just gonna be
No, we
honest.
didn't.
We
Mm,
didn't have a good night Wednesday. That was not our night. We lost Say, we lost Cedric, and we lost Jeff and Pop all in the same night. Like seriously,
Golly.
God, oh, we had. Oh,
Eh,
Jesus. I mean, we ain't got no, we ain't got nobody left. Oh, we done. We done on
again,
the Amazing
truly
Race.
my mood from this week.
Oh,
Literally.
baby, mood. That is like mood. If I can, angry
I think
face
I think like Mark is the only person, like only black person left out of everybody.
out
I
of
I
everybody.
want to say
Mark
it's
is the only person left.
Mark and
Jonathan might
Jonathan.
be, but I don't
Only
like Jonathan.
because that yeah, no, that's very fair.
Mhm.
I don't like Jonathan, so I'm not claiming Jonathan. But
Yeah, it's just like dang, it was like just a matter of second guessing yourselves. Gosh, did the win.
a second. Gee, like you would have just
Uh,
jumped. But I understand because if they would have got on the wrong train, they would have lost anyway. But I'm like,
Yeah.
take
yeah.
the
But
chance
they
and
should
get
have
on the
they should
train.
have just jumped on and then
Jumped
like
on. It's
They
like
should
either we
have.
get on the same, is we on the right train or we on the wrong train. And I would have just jumped on, and if we on the right train, we won. If we on the wrong train, then
We're
baby we
done.
lost,
Yeah.
and that's fine. And to still lose, oh,
Yeah, it's just like
Uh,
dang,
oh,
Mm-mm,
I hate that. I hate that for them. I hate that for them so bad.
dang.
It sucks. It sucks. I would have just jumped on that train like that's it. Let's go. Let's go. But we did lose Jeff and Pops, and my feelings are hurt. But it is what it is. The bad part is, Jack, I was hoping you would lose your whole draft team that day.
I mean, there was a really good chance that I was like, yeah, no, let me draft my team, and then just bam, bam.
Done
but
done. I was hoping you done data this week, but that's okay. It
uh,
wasn't me. It was Logan. Logan is now tied with Brandon and I, so we all are in the same game. And
Which
Mhm.
again, this draft is now heating up for all of us.
it
Yeah,
really
no,
I'm
is.
living for
this
this
is a
for
very
sure.
interesting draft.
I'm very like I'm looking at my team. I'm like, I think I got a decent shot, but I feel like Logan still might win this draft.
Yeah, I think Carson and Jack. I think they're like likely to win this whole thing. But also, I think now, like it's kind of like they got the fast forward now. They came in first again. I feel like definitely not going for it. They will have a target on their back now. It's gonna
Oh
be
yeah,
really
I think.
tight.
And ooh, and what
Not-
happened in next week?
Uh,
I think they might be the target of this next week because there is a double U turn next week, and
Definitely.
I think they might be the ones who might get hit this time for the double U turn. I think them
Yeah.
and maybe even Han and Holden at this point, or maybe Josiah and Alyssa because they have been consistently
Mhm.
in the top. Han and Holden hadn't been consistent. Like this was their best
The
I
best.
leg
know. Yeah.
They're going
ever.
upwards. They're going
Yeah, they
up
had two.
trajectory.
This is their best leg that they've had. And so I think it could be Alyssa and Josiah and Jack and Carson might get it. But we shall see what happens with that.
Mhm.
we shall see.
I honestly wish with this leg because Jack and Carson at the fast forward that Hunter Holden had some other prize for doing this part of the leg too, if I'll be honest.
True.
That would have
True.
been cute, but we never seen them give a second place prize
Yeah.
to anybody. But
Yeah.
I think it
No.
would have been cute because the fast forward is like a tool to help you get to the front and be first. So,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but it would have been cute. But that's that, y'all. We have exhausted everything that we could say about this episode. But overall, you guys, are we still excited about this season?
I'm excited.
Very.
I feel it's still anyone's game, and I'm just gonna keep it like I feel like anything can happen. I feel like you know, we can't really like say who was gonna is like at the ending. So I feel like anything can happen, like in these last couple episodes. But I'm so excited they finally get to drive themselves to next episode
Mhm.
finally. So nobody to rely on, and hopefully Brett and Mark want to be out 40 minutes outside of the location. It's fine because they're by
Exactly.
themselves. They're by themselves
Uh,
now. You're lying yourself now.
And on
I,
top of that, they're going to be in Bulgaria for the first time.
yes. So
Yes.
that's very exciting. First, we go to Bulgaria. They drive for the first time, and we get to see who knows how to read a map. Because
who
that's
knows
my
how to
favorite.
read a map? Who can drive
Stick,
a stick
stick,
shift car? Who cannot drive a car into a
or
ditch?
ditch.
Why is that a consistent thing on
Oh
the race?
Jesus.
Why?
Oh,
Everybody seems to get stuck in a ditch somewhere. I
oh
don't.
Jesus.
Uh,
And
but
you know, and that we saw that it was Jonathan and Anna who was stuck in the ditch. We know we finna get Jonathan man baby one more time. We finna
And
get
he's
the
gonna
man
be
baby
uh-huh.
again.
pissed. He's gonna
And
be
he's gonna
pissed.
be horrible next week. I know. I
He's
can't.
gonna.
I
I will
can't.
say we have had two teams who we predicted to do really, really well in the race go out in back-to-back weeks. And
Hmm.
with Jonathan and Anna, not only, there's a U-turn, a double U-turn coming up. If they're already in the back of the pack, they're relatively in the back of the pack.
Yep.
Mhm.
While they're having car troubles,
They
I
probably
could
still get last minute.
100% see them going home next episode, which is a complete surprise.
That's how
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. So I was like, what if like they got stuck in like what if actually them like getting stuck like the car got stuck, someone actually double U's turned them why do with the car trouble when they get to the actual next station, like that would be gonna be like I quit. I'm done. We're done.
It would be sick. It would be
It
sick,
would.
but oh, I can't
Yeah.
wait to see it. I'm very excited about this season. This is still very interesting to me. I hate that I never get to watch it live because we're doing Survivor live on this channel. So check us out doing we're doing
Mhm.
Survivor on this channel because I missed an amazing race for that. So I would appreciate if you would come and watch the episodes, watch our recaps because I missed an amazing race for that. But I love when I get to wake up Thursday morning and just like, okay, relax, put on my Paramount Plus and let's watch some amazing race. And I enjoy. Oh, it's a great part of my
So
day. It's so nice to do that, but it's so good. It's so exciting. I hate that we're almost halfway through the season already, but
Yeah.
we're going to Bulgaria though, so a place we
Is that
haven't
in Europe?
seen.
If I'm correct, is that in
It
Europe?
is.
Europe.
It's in
Okay,
Europe. It is
okay,
in
they're out
Europe.
of Asia. They're out of Asia now. They're in Asia.
Oh, wait. Paul said, "Oh, we're leaving Asia," and he's like, "I mean, Dubai is technically in
It's
Asia."
still in
Yeah, Asia.
Asia.
It's so in
she,
Asia.
she was like,
Yeah.
"He's like, you know what I mean?" I was like, "No,
I was like, no.
no, not technically out of Asia. Well, not really,
Yeah.
but yes, but we're finally getting to our European part of the show, and I think we're going to stay in Europe. We're going to go to Paris soon, and so I'm excited to see all the different places we're going to go. But that is it for us. We're going to get out of here. We thank you so much for watching and taking the time to check us out. We appreciate you so much. Please subscribe to this channel. We are on our mission here at the Cup Network to get 1,000 new subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel or any of our other channels, please go and do so right now. Follow us on our audio podcast link. That's all in the description below, as well as our Patreon, all of our socials at the Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. And you can follow the four of us on all those platforms as well. You see our things going across and down there and da da da. You can do that. And you can get your merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link will also be in the description below. And we're going to get out of here because we're done. We got nothing else to say. So thanks, y'all. Thanks for watching. And we'll see y'all next week. Cheers.
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 Bye.